up, squad? MizzyWorld Entertainment is back to present another episode of MadMizzy Sports Live. We got a crazy rundown tonight, this Friday evening, this Friday night. Hope y'all being safe if y'all out there enjoying y'all night wherever y'all tuning in at. Hope y'all having an eventful but safe Friday night. Let's dive right into it. Of course, we got to start it off with the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, the Elite Eight, the Final Four in each conference. Let's play a little game. Who do you trust more? Quarterback edition, divisional round. We're going to start it off with the first game, of course. CJ Stroud versus Lamar Jackson. We know Lamar Jackson has a negative stigma about his playoff performances. His numbers do drop off tremendously. But at me, as a Lamar Jackson fan, a Lamar Jackson defendant, I always like to state that they didn't have a pass-friendly offense, and they didn't have pass-friendly weapons. His number 2 weapon at the time was Willie Snead. I don't think he's on an NFL roster right now. He's probably on a practice squad somewhere, but I don't think he's on an NFL roster right now. So I think Lamar Jackson is coming in with a lot better offense suited for him to expose if they load the box as far as passing the ball, and he has the weapons to exploit if they load the box to stop the run, passing the ball wise. So in this matchup, although CJ Stroud balled out against the number 1 defense in the NFL as far as yardage goes, the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson because I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. Lamar Jackson hearing a rumbling. Lamar Jackson will get his second MVP, and Lamar Jackson will have an amazing, immaculate playoff run. Mark my words. Give me Lamar Jackson in this matchup. Let's move on to the second game. That second game, we got Jordan Love versus Brock Purdy on Saturday night. My Niners. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Who do I trust more in this game? No, this is a tough one because I feel like it's a combination of who you trust. Do you trust LaFleur and Love, or do you trust Shanahan and Purdy? I'm going to go with Shanahan and Purdy just because they've already proven it. They've gone to an NFC championship game, could have won that game. If not, we know the situation that happened with Brock Purdy being injured and all that. So for me, I'm looking at that matchup and I'm leaning towards Brock Purdy, more so because of Kyle Shanahan, his game planning, his play calling, and his experience. You get what I'm saying? So I believe Kyle Shanahan has a ridiculous record against his coaching tree, his strong coaching tree, so which I believe Matt LaFleur is a part of. So I'm gonna definitely go with Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan in that matchup. Let's move over to the Saturday game. First game, we got the Bucks and the Lions, Baker Mayfield or Jared Goff. I'm gonna go with Jared Goff. He's already been to a Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield, I mean, shout out to Bake for betting on himself and having a hell of a year, going to be the starter for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers moving forward, but clock strikes midnight Sunday afternoon. You feel what I'm saying? Give me Jared Goff. I trust Jared Goff way more than I trust Baker Mayfield come Sunday afternoon. Let's go all over to the Sunday evening nightcap. We got Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. For me, oh man, I didn't even put the banner up. But for me, I'm looking at this matchup, and of course, you got to lean towards Patrick Mahomes. I know Patrick Mahomes didn't have the crazy explosive offense that we expected, and he didn't have a methodical offense that he had last year. But I don't believe that was his fault. I don't believe that was due to Patrick Mahomes' play. I mean, he can throw the ball, put the ball right there, but a person got to catch the ball, baby, or it's incomplete. You dig what I'm saying? And all we look back on is the statistics and what you don't have. But I remember a lot of the plays. I remember the plays being right there. You get what I'm saying? And for me, I tip my cap to Patrick Mahomes and how he handled the season. I believe a lot of other quarterbacks probably would have imploded in a situation like that. Well, I mean, I don't know if with Patrick Mahomes' success you would implode because it's still just 1 year. But yeah, even in this matchup, 2-0 against Josh Allen in the playoffs. I believe this is Josh Allen's opportunity, but you got to show me, baby. You got to show me. You just like the Dallas Cowboys. You dig what I'm saying? So give me Patrick Mahomes in the who do I trust more in the Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen situation. With all that being said, who has the most pressure in this game in the divisional round of the playoffs? For me, it's got to be Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens, and just more so specifically Lamar Jackson because of the naysayers. You get what I'm saying? Like the haters gonna be out there, and your playoff numbers aren't good, Lamar. You get what I'm saying? And me as a fan, I can't continue to defend you if I'm going out there and I'm saying you have the requisite weapons to go out there and have a good passing game. You have the offensive coordinator in the offensive system out there to take advantage and have a good passing game. You got to go out there and continue to be the player that you was throughout the regular season and the playoffs. It's that simple. You don't got to be better. You don't have to be Superman. Just be the player that you were in the regular season and take advantage of the plays that are out there. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I'm looking at Lamar Jackson coming in having the most pressure. I feel like overall, though, the Buffalo Bills might be under the most pressure because if they get smacked by Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, look out for Sean McDermott to not be the coach or just drastic changes because they've been muddling along. I don't believe that's been the case for when you look at the Baltimore Ravens. Like, you could still say, all right, Zay Flowers is a rookie. This is their first year with Odell Beckham. Like, they got room to grow first year with their offensive coordinator. They got room to grow if they happen to falter. Where do you turn if you're the Buffalo Bills? They done changed rules and all that shit for y'all. So for me, the Buffalo Bills, man, they as a team, I feel like they're under the most pressure. Let's get into the predictions, though. Man, we gonna start it off the same way we started it off. Who do you trust more? We got the Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. Got the Ravens favored by 9.5 points. Give me the Ravens with the points. I see a dominating outing for the Baltimore Ravens. And there's nothing against the Houston Texans. I just feel like the Baltimore Ravens, coming down the stretch, like you think about Patrick Queen, every time he tackled somebody, he was grabbing his shoulder. You got Roquan Smith out there, very physical linebacker. They're a very physical team. I feel like they benefited a lot from having that rest. And like I said, I feel like right now they have the offensive system that if you're going to load the box and be like, all right, we just going to blitz Lamar Jackson, it's going to bite you in the ass this year. It's going to bite you in the ass with a lot of big plays on the back end. And I got the Lamar Jackson-led Baltimore Ravens beating the Houston Texans by at least 10 points. So, yeah, like I said, give me the Baltimore Ravens with the points. Let's move over to the nightcap on Saturday. We got the Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers. My San Francisco 49ers are favored by 9.5 points as well. I'm going to go with my San Francisco 49ers, but I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers to cover. I think it's going to be a lot closer than, well, a lot of people are going with the Packers or saying that it's going to be a close game. Ain't nobody really underestimating the Green Bay Packers right now. So, yeah, I'm gonna say the Niners going to win outright. But if you in the betting odds and all that, I'd take the Packers and the points in this game. I think they're going to cover that 9.5 point spread. But give me the Niners overall at home. Let's move over to Sunday. That Sunday afternoon first game, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks at the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions favored by 6.5 points. I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions with the points. Tampa Bay Bucks, I don't know how they scored the points that they scored on the Philadelphia Eagles. Them dudes was out there trying not to tackle, running into each other. Bro, run into me. I'm not. Like, it just looked poor. They carried their terrible tackling, terrible effort, terrible energy, terrible play from the end of the year. This is the Philadelphia Eagles into the playoffs, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers took advantage. The Dallas Cowboys, the Detroit Lions, they've been punching on shit the end of the year. You feel what I'm saying? They went to Dallas, held this team that was averaging 40 points per game at home to 20 points per game, and that was with a bull job 99-yard touchdown that if my man not playing flag football on that, that's a safety. You feel what I'm saying? So I tip my cap to the Detroit Lions. Right now, they are a tough team. I don't think they want to stop right now. I think they smell blood in the water as far as the way the NFC is shaping up. It could end up them having an NFC championship game at home. You better go out there and play your best ball, man. And I think they will with the energy of Detroit on their back. Give me the Detroit Lions over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the points. Then we got the big one. We got the main event. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills for Patrick Mahomes' first road game in the playoffs. You got the Buffalo Bills favored by 2.5 points. That's just the home field advantage right there. That's basically saying they think it's a push. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs over the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills just have too many injuries on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, I don't think they're that explosive. They've been more so relying on being methodical and leaning on the run game of Josh Allen and James Cook, which has been smart. But if the Chiefs start to tear off, and the smart thing about them is that now they just taking points. So as they just moving the ball, now they're not trying to be this explosive team that's feeling as though they got to get 6 anytime they're in the red zone. They just need points because they feel as though their defense is the bomb, which the defense is the bomb. So give me the Kansas City Chiefs outright in this game. Yeah, that's my predictions for the divisional round. That's the Ravens to cover with the 9.5 points. Give me the Niners outright, but give me the Green Bay Packers to cover. I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers upset us, but I'm going to go with my Niners at home with the experience. And then give me the Lions outright and give me the Chiefs outright. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's my predictions. We'll come back and see how I did come Tuesday. I did real good for the wild card round. Let's move on, though. Huge news as far as NFL head coaches go. Antonio Pierce to stay a Las Vegas Raider. Congratulations, man. Well deserved. 5-4 down the stretch in the last 9 games for the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't even know what position he was coaching before they made him the head coach, but that team clearly followed him. He is clearly a leader of men. And if the Las Vegas community wanted him, which I believe in the last game they were cheering and chanting, "We want Antonio," or something like that. "We want AP," something like that. So if the community is asking for it, if the players are asking for it, and I believe that the Las Vegas Raiders made a mistake in the previous time going with an outsider when their interim head coach led them to the playoffs that year. I think Mark Davis made the right choice in not making that same mistake and going with an outsider this time around. Give Antonio Pierce his opportunity. Give him 2-3 years. See if he can build a culture in Las Vegas, because it ain't been no culture in Las Vegas, Oakland, LA, wherever you want to name where the Raiders been at. You know what I'm saying? Since the motherfucking 70s. You know what I'm saying? They got to get back. You know what I'm saying? They got to get back. So shouts out to Antonio Pierce. Congratulations. And I believe it was the right decision by Mark Davis to go with Antonio Pierce, who went 5-4 in his last 9. 5-4 in the Raiders' last 9 games. Bill Belichick to Atlanta. I touched on this on Tuesday, and he's already had a second interview. They said right now they are the leading candidates. I mean, you get a second interview, you got to be the leading candidates. My reaction is just like, Bill still at 72 in his 70s is still egotistical. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's still going out there. He still wants to prove the people wrong. He still wants to have total control. He still wants to go out there and take on the biggest challenge, because Atlanta is not the place. And I'm pretty sure he's getting a bunch of calls. Atlanta is not it, baby. Nowhere in the NFC South is that it, unless you just want to win the division title. Like, come on, man. You think about, they went 7-10 last year, and I know a lot of people talk about they can go out there and get Justin Fields, which I really like Justin Fields. I don't even think that the Bears should go out there and get Caleb Williams, but they saying either Justin Fields or Russell Wilson, and I mean, yeah, that's cool and all that, but if you, well, I mean, I didn't ever think he was going to go to Dallas. So, Buffalo, that's still locked down. Like, to me, I feel like what I said on Tuesday, him taking a year back probably would have been his best, might be his best option, because he still hasn't signed no contract or nothing like that. I ain't got no breaking news or nothing like that for y'all. But yeah, I'm looking at Bill and him landing in Atlanta is just like something that will be an ego push. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't do it. Don't do it for the money. Don't do it to, oh, you want to go to Tampa and win? I got you. I'm going to Atlanta and I'm going to win. No, bro, please, because I don't think you're going to do it. And if you go down there, you don't do it, it's going to take a huge hit to your legacy, in my opinion. So, yeah, listen. I might come back Tuesday and we be talking about, all right, so how can he make it work? I don't know, man. But if I was Bill, I'd take a step back, take a deep breath. He's clearly very eager to get back into coaching and show Robert Kraft that, like, yo, bro, I'm not done, bro. People still want me, bro. What you mean? So, listen, take a deep breath, take a step back, weigh your options, because I honestly don't think that it's whoa, that was something new, but I honestly don't think that it's Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta is the destination for you to match Tom Brady in Super Bowls and to surpass Don Shula as far as the all-time winning coach in NFL history. I don't think it's it. Let's stay in the coaching realm. Where should my boy, the national champion head coach, Jim Harbaugh, coach in 2024? He has his options out there. From what I'm hearing, Los Angeles Chargers have been talking to different coaches, Raheem Moore, not to chop and screw his name or nothing like that. A couple different other coaches. I haven't heard of Jim Harbaugh having any other interviews with any other teams. Of course, he can always go back to Michigan, but I think Sharon Moore want to step into that role. I believe Michigan wants to move forward. Well, nah, I think they'd give Harbaugh anything he wanted if he came back. But I'm excited to see how we move forward with Sharon Moore as our head coach at the University of Michigan. But I'm gonna say Jim Harbaugh should coach the Los Angeles Chargers next year, man. Justin Herbert, he has the itch to get back into the NFL. I know they got cap issues and all that, but you got your quarterback. That's the main thing that matters. You think about what the San Francisco 49ers situation was when he stepped into it. We were a putrid team, not a putrid team, just an underachieving team, just like the Los Angeles Chargers. Not almost like the Los Angeles Chargers because nobody looked at Alex Smith the way they look at Justin Herbert. But you think about we had a good defense. We thought we had pieces on offense, but you needed that leader to come galvanize the troops and bring everything together and get the most out of certain people. So I think Jim Harbaugh can do that for the Los Angeles Chargers. They're gonna have to break the bank. They're gonna have to give him the control that he wants. But yeah, I think that's the best spot for him. He's always been coaching in California. I don't think Midwest is anything for him. He has a big personality, and I think that he could help build that fan base of the Los Angeles Chargers in Los Angeles. So yeah, I think LA is this destination for Harbaugh, especially you just won the national championship for Michigan and you coming in as the head coach for the Chargers. Listen, if the advertisements would be through the roof. Through the roof. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna get enough of Jimmy. We ain't gonna get enough of Jimbo. You know what I'm saying? Let's flip the coin. Let's go from the NFL to the NBA before we end it off, though. Pascal Siakam to my Indiana Pacers. I ain't even gonna say my Indiana Pacers, man. I ain't been. You know what I'm saying? I still watch them. I still follow them. But y'all see, every time I'm arguing, I'm debating Steph Curry or Dame Dollar. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't want to say my Pacers anymore. But to the Pascal Siakam, to the Indiana Pacers, young upstart Pacers, does this put them over the top, make them contenders? In my opinion, I'm going to say no. It's a nice piece. It's a nice young piece to help them grow. Maybe next year they could even take another step. I think what they truly, truly need is a wing that's going to have that dog in them. You feel what I'm saying? I know they thought Benedict Mathurin was going to be that. He hasn't really panned out to be that. Last year they were pushing that backcourt like a mug. Benedict Mathurin and Tyrese Halliburton, and for a while, for about a month, he was doing his thing, and then he just fell off a cliff and never got back. You feel what I'm saying? So I think they need that wing. Everybody has that wing because Tyrese he's great and everything, but he's a ball dominant guy. So it's going to be easy to load up against him in the playoffs. So you're going to need that wing person to really take off and take some of the pressure off of Tyrese. So Pascal isn't that. He's a nice piece, but they still the 7th seed right now in the Eastern Conference. I believe they lost their last game without Tyrese. They still not need Tyrese back. They need that person that if Tyrese Halliburton go down, it ain't going into the toilet. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't the season ain't going down the drain. So I'm gonna say nice piece, but not a piece to make them contenders. Not a piece to make them contenders. Oh man, Anthony Edwards is out here having such a great year that you got Stephen A., one of the most renowned, respected national analysts in the nation, saying that he is the new Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. For me, that is high praises. Do I agree with this assessment? He is extremely athletic. I believe he also said Vince Carter. I would lean a little bit more towards Vince Carter right now, just because you gotta start doing some stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like he's been doing his thing, he's been balling and all that, but he ain't give us no 40-50 burger in a playoff shit like a Kobe or MJ. You feel what I'm saying? He's showing his athleticism, he's showing his supreme competitiveness, his supreme competitive nature. But other than that, I feel like he has to bring us that next step inside the playoffs where he's just dominating the playoffs, because that's why we remember MJ and Kobe. You feel what I'm saying? Kobe when he was young and he finally got that start, like, he bull. He bull. It ain't just Shaq out there. He bull. You feel what I'm saying? And then with Mike, even when he was losing, what he gave 63 to the Boston Celtics, had Bird calling him Jesus Christ on the court. Come on, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Stephen A. know this, but he also wants to give the respect where respect is due. Anthony Edwards has been showing a competitive nature that we haven't seen on the wing side before, taking on every challenge, really being a dog out there, looking for the biggest challenge, and living up to it and standing up to the challenge. Right now, they're the number one team in the Western Conference. So tip my cap to Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and what they're doing out there. But MJ and Kobe, let's dial it back. I mean, Vince is even, you feel what I'm saying? Go out there and stick your arm in the rim in a dunk contest first, nigga. Damn. You feel what I'm saying? But I lean a little bit more towards Vince, but MJ and Kobe, you got to start doing some special stuff in the playoffs. The playoffs, baby. You feel what I'm saying? Before we get out of here, let me get my NBA predictions on ESPN. Right now, we got a 48-43 game for the first game. The Denver Nuggets at the Boston Celtics. You got the Denver Nuggets down 44-48 right now. I'm gonna go with, this should have been the finals last year, the finals matchup last year, but Boston, they blew a historic comeback. I mean, listen, man, last year was crazy in the playoffs for the Eastern Conference. But in this game right here, I believe I think I took the Nuggets against the Sixers and I was wrong. I'm gonna take the Nuggets again against the Celtics. They gotta get one against one of these top tier teams in the Eastern Conference. So I think they're gonna come out here. I believe Jokic is gonna take advantage of Kristaps Porzingis and his wide body down the stretch and take over this game. Now we know Jason Tatum, like I said, with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is kind of they're them or bust offensively, but you do have Kristaps out there. But I don't know. You got a lot of length with the Denver Nuggets that can really lock up that lengthy Kristaps Porzingis. You got Michael Porter Jr., you got Aaron Gordon, you got KCP. Listen, you got some length. You got Christian Brown. You got some length to throw at KP. So I'm gonna go with the Denver Nuggets in this game to come back and get the tough victory in Boston in TD Bank, I believe. TD Bank, TD Garden. What they call TD Garden. TD Garden. You feel that? I think TD Bank might be. That's whatever. Give me the Denver Nuggets in that game. And then for the nightcap, we got the Brooklyn Nets at the Los Angeles Lakers. Come on, man. Give me the Los Angeles Lakers. They need this win. They gotta get some wins, start compiling some wins and get on a nice winning streak. And I think they can get that snowball effect going against the Brooklyn Nets. So give me the Los Angeles Lakers. That's the rundown, divisional round breakdown. QB, who do you trust more? Divisional round edition. Who has the most pressure player-wise, team-wise in the divisional round? Gave y'all my predictions for these games. Antonio Pierce to stay a Las Vegas Raider. Congratulations to Antonio Pierce. Is Bill Belichick actually going to be the next head coach for the Atlanta Falcons? Second interview already in a week. This is going to be crazy. Where should Jim Harbaugh coach in 2024? Pascal Siakam to the Indiana Pacers. Does that make them contenders in the Eastern Conference? Is Anthony Edwards the new MJ, Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter? And then my NBA on ESPN predictions. Got the Denver Nuggets at the Boston Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets at the Los Angeles Lakers. Y'all know what it is, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, listen, alert. Please share. Y'all know what it is, man. Have a good night. Safe weekend. See y'all Tuesday.